Have you always struggled with invisible zippers? Then this tutorial is for you. My name is Iben, and in this short tutorial you'll learn how to attach an invisible zipper in a garment both with and without lining. To sew in the invisible zipper, we'll need both a regular zipper foot and a presser foot specifically for invisible zippers. And then we need a 2 cm wide fusible stay tape to stabilize the zipper. All pieces should be sewn with a 1 cm seam allowance unless otherwise stated. First, a bit of housekeeping. The right side of an invisible zipper is the side with no coils or teeth because they have been moved to the wrong side. Measure your zipper to make sure that the zipper tape is 1 cm wide. Next, measure the distance from the head of the zipper to the end of the zipper tape. Ideally, this measurement should be 13 mm. If it is longer, you just need to let some of the tape stick out over the edge. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Here I have 2 pieces of fabric. It may be hard to see, but there is a seam going across, which should illustrate a style line, for instance a waistline in a garment. Our goal is to match these lines with each other on either side of the zipper. Cut 2 pieces of stay tape at least 3 cm longer than the zipper. Place the tape on the fabric along each side seam so the resin side faces the wrong side of the fabric. Iron the tape in place. Lay the zipper next to the seam so it is aligned with the top edge of the fabric. I place a pin along the zipper tape to mark the waistline. Next, we need to measure how long the opening of the zipper should be. From the bottom of the zipper, measure 3 cm up and place a pin. We'll stitch the side seam up to where the pin is. I also mark this point with a pin on my zipper. Stitch the side seam with a 1 cm seam allowance. Remember to stop when you reach the pin we just placed. Finish by pressing the seam open. Here I have my lining pieces, complete with a facing by the top edge. The opening in the lining should match the length of the opening on the main fabric. Transfer this measurement with a pin and sew the lining the same way we did the main fabric. Find the zipper and transfer the notches we marked with pins to the other side of the zipper tape. Open the zipper and pin it along one side seam, right sides together. The zipper should be sewn in so that it aligns exactly with where the stitching from the side seam stops. Bring the pieces to the sewing machine. Switch to the zipper foot, which makes it easier to baste in the zipper, and remember to move the needle to the side. Baste the zipper in place. It doesn't matter too much where the seam is, as this won't be the final stitching. Stitch down to the pin that marks the start of the side seam. Here you can see what the stitching should look like from the back. We need to make sure the zipper is sewn symmetrically, which is the reason we mirrored the pinned notches to both sides of the zipper tape. The rest of the zipper can be pinned in place, right sides together, along the other side seam. Again, remember that the zipper head should sit 13 mm from the top edge. Sew the other side of the zipper in place. It's important to sew from the top down again. Stop by the pin. Check that you are satisfied with the stitching, that the zipper lies neatly and that everything aligns, particularly our waistline. Now we are ready to sew the final stitching with the invisible zipper foot. Again, I start at the top and sew as far down as I can. The zipper teeth are pushed upward with your fingers, so they slide into the groove on the presser foot. Then switch to the other side and again sew as far down as possible. Pull the zipper head through the opening and voila, the zipper is fully attached. If you are working with a lining-free project, this is the end for you. But if you have lining to do, it's just a few extra steps. Place the lining on top of the outer main fabric, right sides together, and pin the facing and lining to the main fabric along the top edge and zipper. It's important that the lining is sewn symmetrically to both sides of the zipper. Stitch the lining to the zipper with a stitch about 7 mm from the edge. Stitch as far down as you can. Do the same on the other side. Remember to sew the facing to the top edge of the main fabric too. Turn the pieces around so the right side faces outward. Here you can see how the finished zipper should look. As you can see, there's a little gap in the lining by the bottom of the zipper. I usually leave it as it is, but if you want to close it off, I recommend doing it by hand. Remember to press everything nicely with your iron for a beautiful finish. I hope you liked this short tutorial. Please give it a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram @beklædt_sewing. Thank you so much for watching.